Hey yo, welcome back to This Week in Esports and Gaming for the first week of December 2022. I'm your host 𝗠𝗿, and we might be seeing some spotty coverage these next few weeks. I might or might not be posting over the next few weeks just due to the holiday season coming around. Hope you enjoy the hat and hopefully you have a great holiday season coming to start soon. And let's dive right into the news. For our first top 3 story, the Smash World Tour has been canceled. Buckle up, this is going to be a long one, so I'm just going to read off a lot of stuff and you'll just be seeing me reading the screen here. To start, let's just say that Smash Bros has been historically screwed over in terms of esports, right? Nintendo just doesn't really like to support esports for Smash at all. So in VG Bootcamp, the broadcast producer for one of the biggest Smash esports events of the year canceled Smash World Tour finale. People were confused and upset, namely because it's a lot of passion-driven esports. It's not really as much investor-driven as some other esports leagues are. Smash is a very much like you are a Smash player and a fan, and therefore you will support it, or your organization just really loves the game, right? They cited one of their competitors, Panda, as committing foul play since their circuit is officially licensed by Nintendo. Basically, they're going around and saying if you don't join ours, you might be shut down by Nintendo. And so VGBC alleges that Panda threatened that they would shut them down if they didn't join the Panda Cup circuit. And they also got a response back. They were basically waiting for months from Nintendo because Smash World Tour applied for the license from Nintendo, weren't hearing back. And in that time, Panda was kind of going around to other tournament organizers and other events saying, hey, you should join Panda Global Circuit or Panda Cup circuit. And then Smash World Tour only got a response back the night before Thanksgiving, refusing to give them the license for the event from Nintendo. So historically, this has meant Nintendo will pursue legal action if you don't stop, which means that Smash World Tour interpret this as you must stop doing this to avoid being sued or avoid any sort of legal action. Nintendo then came out and said that we did not grant them a license, but that doesn't mean we didn't cancel them, or that doesn't mean we canceled their event or requested them to shut down their event, which puts VGBC in a really bad position. And then again, Smash World Tour came out again and basically said that they forced their hand, even if they didn't mention legal actions. In the past, cease and desist have been requested by Nintendo, so they didn't want to even stir up that pot of legal action to begin with. And then Nintendo came back again with another statement on how they're more concerned about the health and safety protocols, basically COVID-19 policies, and how they mentioned that Panda didn't influence their decision to give or not give out the license to Smash World Tour, and that they'll continue to work with Panda. So I know that was a lot, and maybe you have to read it or just watch Ludwig Mogul Mail's video. He explains it very well on the actual drama that happened between all these 3 organizations. For reference, the Smash World Tour is going to be one of the biggest esports tournaments for Smash at a $500,000 prize pool, I believe, $250K for each of the games, Melee and Ultimate, which is one of the biggest for Smash, but it's not happening anymore. And instead, Ludwig is now hosting his Scuffed World Tour, which is happening in a couple weeks. It's a one-day Smash event to raise money for VGBC, and many people are pulling out of the Panda Cup, so it also doesn't spell too nicely for Panda, but we'll see how this drama and business continues to unfold. All I'm saying, Nintendo could really improve its communication around esports. I know maybe Nintendo doesn't like it, but I don't know, just at least tell them that you don't like it ahead of time so they can plan around it, Discord have introduced creator monetization. This is a new subscription fee creator perk that is essentially like the Patreon and other premium paid memberships, where server owners can offer things like access to exclusive text and voice channels, as well as premium emojis and access to early content or exclusive content and other stuff like that. The biggest thing they mentioned was the huge 90-10 rev split, which far beats out YouTube's 70-30 and then Twitch's 50-50 split. That being said, Patreon's revenue split is similar to Discord, so they'll have to contend with that. I think the main difference here is that Discord and Patreon, at least between those two companies with the low rev splits, is that Discord inherently already has a community on their platform. A lot of people say, hey, support me on Patreon, just go to the Patreon and basically you get access to there, but it's not necessarily as much of a community. Discord, there's already people that are there already. There's already a base, and you don't have to redirect them to any other place. So I think that just for that user flow sake, this might actually do really well for Discord because they don't have to go to another website. It's just a place they're already familiar with. And honestly, I've seen Patreon perks for people where you get, access to exclusive Discords. So I think it's essentially cutting out the middleman, which is kind of like a speakeasy in a Discord server, right? You just get access to exclusive channels instead of having to go to a Patreon to get another Discord server. It's just easier for content creators, I think, mostly. Currently, it's only available for the United States. It's also not open for NSFW, which is not safe for work content. So that's something to note as well. A lot of creators maybe are posting not just questionable things, and so those will not be supported as well. Overall, I can't really tell the sentiment online. I don't think a ton of people are talking about it, and if they're talking about it, I feel like it's on Discord because that's the platform it's on. And I'm not in every Discord server, so I can't really tell. But I'm not sure if everyone will bite on it immediately. I honestly think it'll be one of these announcements that it kind of gets a little bit of traction now, but will grow slowly over time. And so I think that this is once again just another opportunity for Discord to monetize without ads and without NFTs. And because they only have subscription revenue right now, so I'm curious to see how much more revenue and profit this generates for them. TSM have announced their $100,000 Apex Legends tournament. This tournament, dubbed the Apex Legends Winter Royale, will take place in a few weeks in December and is set to feature 20 Apex Legends teams. This is a sizable tournament prize pool, as it's a tournament that's not even part of ALGS, which is the official Apex Legends Global Series, and that's in its third year right now. That being said, TSM did do their 2022 TSM Invitational earlier for Apex as well, so they know how to run tournaments. I'm not sure if this is a public or invite only, but teams like Team Singularity, KC Pioneers, Luminosity Gaming, and Dark Zero Esports all replied to the Twitter threads, so maybe that's something that they're interested in as well. I think this is interesting to me that TSM is investing more into hosting its own esports tournaments as well. They're trying to sort of emulate the Twitch rivals in a sense, but more actual esports teams instead of just creators, which I guess is just being an esports organizer. I don't know. That being said, they've invested in creators in the past, so they could, integrate some creators into this, but it seems like they're going more of the esports route traditionally, and I'm curious to see how much running these tournaments actually cost them, because the prize pool is $100,000. That's already a sizable amount, and then production and logistics, that also has to be taken into account. I'll be tracking how much TSM continues to do this, and if other orgs also start to host their tournaments, and in what games as well. As far as partnerships go, Vivo, 𝗠𝗿, Stars, and Fluxo both join Riot Games CBLOL Esports Leagues. Both Brazilian esports orgs will be joining them after acquiring spots from other orgs, notably Rensga Esports as well as Miners. And according to Esports Insider, the total cost of the spot for Vivo, 𝗠𝗿, Stars is around $2 million, which is about $750,000 more than what Miners paid in 2020. That being said, it's not certain if Fluxo paid that amount for their spot. 𝗍 Esports partnering with Sony InZone. This year-long deal will make Sony the official gaming headset and monitor partner of 𝗍 Esports, and they'll collaborate on a variety of activations as well. Checkmate partnered with Livewire. Livewire will act as a part of Checkmate's commercial arm, helping Checkmate to get more brand partnerships and ad spots with brands and agencies. As far as finance and M&A goes, 𝗏𝗏 Ventures have invested in Fnatic. 𝗏𝗏 hopes this will accelerate Fnatic's ability to make Web3 applications across its esports ecosystem, and through the amount, though the amount of the investment was actually not released, 𝗏𝗏 Ventures' goals is to invest in blockchain, crypto, Web3, and fintech environments. Roboto Games have raised $15 million. The round is led by Andreessen Horowitz, with other investors like Ancient 8 and Amoka Brands and others participating. They will use this to grow their company and to bolster its creative development of its new title, Forgers and Fighters, which is a bite-sized survival MMO where Minecraft meets Genshin Impact, according to them. GamerG raised a $3 million pre-Series A round. The funds will be used to grow the platform across its newly launched international markets such as the MENA region, as well as Indonesia and the Philippines as well. Midnight have raised $7.5 million. The round was led by Shima Capital, and the company has over 60 employees currently working for them. They will use this funding to support their free-to-play and premium games that are supported by Web3-based systems. Rivalry have announced their first ever profitable month. They basically announced that in October 2022 was their first profitable month, and that Q3 of 2022 also featured increased revenue and betting handle. That being said, Q3 2022 still resulted in a net loss of around 5.9 million Canadian dollars for the company. The Korean company TWIEG have acquired the Vietnamese esports org Saigon Buffalo. The full acquisition means Saigon Buffalo's branding will be retired, and the team will continue with CNJ Esports moving forward to align with TWIEG's existing esports brand. Currently, Saigon Buffalo are one of the most successful League of Legends esports teams in Vietnam, so TWIEG's Korean roots could take them to the next level. We'll see. Supercell have started 2 new studios, which will be led by North American lead Ryan Wenner. One of the teams will be started by Steve Deslitz and Matt Makarski, who came from Valve, Zynga, EA, and Blizzard. The other team will be started by Maya Kilmama, Kevin Bray, Candace Thomas, and Charles Lee, who all worked at Riot previously. So I'm interested to see Supercell's expansion into North America. As far as workforce changes go, Josh Stauffer has joined Roblox as the VP of Engineering. He spent over 20 years at Apple previously, with 14 of those years as the VP of Apple's Interactive Media Group. He will be responsible for leading management and strategy relating to Roblox Engine, and he holds a bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Cal Poly SLO. Guillermo Arias Nueno joins Digital Development Management as the Investment Services Director. Guillermo was with GAN Financial Management for about 8 years prior to his new role, and will be responsible for M&A brokerage for companies in the gaming space. He has over 20 years of experience in banking with companies like MBNA, Bank of America, and American Express, and he holds a bachelor's in marketing from Boise State University. Shellerman Bird joined Streamline Studios as the COO. He joins after the 3-year stint as the executive producer for external development at Warner Brothers, and he was at Tencent for around 9 years prior to that, doing business development and dev relations across a wide variety of games. He holds a bachelor's degree from University of Oregon. Kyle Martins has been promoted to the global events and influencer manager at HyperX. He's been with HyperX for about 6 years now, most recently as the brand marketing manager for Latin America. He's worked on esports, social media, and digital marketing efforts for HyperX in the past as well, and he has an MBA from FGV Brazil. Benjamin Godwin has been promoted to the lead partnerships manager at Mediatonic Games. Benjamin got his promotion after a year as a senior partnerships manager at Mediatonic, doing some really cool partnerships with Fall Guys, so congrats to you, Benjamin. He previously spent time at 505 Games for about 3.5 years doing partnerships, and he holds a degree in business management from University of the West of England. As far as new stuff goes, Bethesda are working on a new mobile title. Bethesda Chief Strategy Officer Todd Howard mentioned they're working on the biggest mobile release for Bethesda history. And for reference, Bethesda has released 3 mobile titles so far that have generated a combined $115 million of lifetime revenue. So there's hope for a successful game, but very few details have been released about the game yet. Twitch is implementing a panic button safety feature dubbed Shield Mode. This will allow streamers to mass ban chatters using a specific word or phrase or prohibit first-time chatters from speaking at all. This is essentially a tool in response to many of the hate raids that have been happening on Twitch, so it seems like a move in the right direction. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Thank you so much to the authors and brands themselves for the images and information provided. Once again, shout out to James Fudge for his newsletter. If you want to go support him down below, please go subscribe to his newsletter. I get a lot of my information from him. And once again, everybody, hopefully you have a great first week of December. If you're watching the World Cup, I'm sorry for us Americans out there, but either way, thank you so much and have a wonderful day.